The game industry is always in a state of flux in some respect. You are seeing many big companies chasing trends, coming out with new ones, indies, AA's helping to breathe life back into this industry, along with some looking for opportunities to just make a bit more money, without actually providing more value. I can understand price increases, stuff can cost more, inflation and all of that, but when you increase the price and you want me to then buy your game and buy it at that price at launch, you better be bringing a product, a game, that is worth buying with that high level of quality, because if you aren't, it ends up looking just scummy to me, and it looks like you're trying to get away with something. Which is why when you look at something like, say, Robocop Rogue City Unfinished Business, releasing at $30, and of course it's not without its own flaws and stability problems too, but overall it's a very fun game. Why should I then pay $80 for a new title, when Robocop came in and totally proved many of them wrong, and may be the right way to just do it? One of the major topics of this year in gaming is the notion of increasing full-priced big games to now being $80 instead of $70. I took issue with the price increases to this stuff, even back then, like when console stuff was going more digital. If you buy a game new at launch, the game should then be cheaper on digital than physical. No box, no manual, or any of that stuff. Why do these things not factor into the cost, and why are both of these things then costing the same, whether one is physical or digital? It just didn't make any sense. Now we see some major pushes to then have games be at that $80 level. On the base level, I look at this and see, okay, if you want to increase the price, then you are going to then be providing me with something good. What additional does this game have? What are you going to do that makes me want to then jump in and find more value in that price increase? Are you going to actually launch a title that is stable and in good condition? Or are you going to continue releasing stuff that should have been an early access release with a price to match it better? When I first saw this price increase, I'm like, okay, I guess any games that have those tags on it, I'm just going to end up waiting for those to go on sale. Because it seems a bit nuts to then pay for this new price. Nintendo pushed this, and so where many players needed to then push back. Not enough people ended up doing that with Nintendo, so Nintendo got away with it. But when you look at the likes of, say, Borderlands 4, where we saw a huge backlash from that price increase, where they ended up then course correcting and bringing the price back down to $70, then it was cheered. The Outer Worlds 2, that game probably wasn't seeing really good pre-order numbers, they were probably pretty bad. Then they made it a whole marketing thing where they were knocking down the price, hopefully to increase those pre-order numbers. And yet you have Robocop over here, from a AA developer that feels more like a heartfelt attempt at delivering a quality game, the best the studio can do. And you'd think of this as a glorified DLC or expansion. The game cannot be that long. I'm a little more than halfway through it, and according to walkthroughs online, it's about 8 to 10 hours long. 8 to 10 hours for $30, a very fun game. Teon is giving players more for less money, whereas others are trying to squeeze more out of their player base while not offering anything in return. Now let's shift to being more specifically about this game itself. Yes, Unfinished Business is just an absolute blast. In some ways, this is just more Rogue City, which is not a bad thing at all. The base full game was stellar and a love letter to the character in its world. Unfinished Business in some ways feels like shooters from the past, much more linear and lots of good shooting action. The power fantasy of being a huge slow walking robot man is great. The grit, humor, and tone that made the first film so special is found here here too. Peter Weller returns to voice Robocop, along with having a section where he gets to be Alex Murphy again. The linear nature to this experience works really well with a great gameplay flow. You are continually shuffled to the next part of the tower as you're battling your way up. There's plenty of different and distinct areas to help give the entire thing some personality to it too, along with moments of the game to just breathe. Take a break from the shooting and it's just as compelling. Yeah, I'm loving this a lot. So here's the thing, if Robocop can come out and provide a fun experience, something that most of us just want to have with our games, it is what we are looking for. It can come and do this for $30 at release. It makes you call into question, why am I paying so much for other bigger games? When looking at Robocop, that team that made this game, both deserves all the praise. The love letter mentality is achieved here. It's like what you get when you get fans of the source material, and then that fuses with the talent of a developer, and now we have that end product. Two Robocop games that can then live on just like the first film. It's just great stuff. Plus, even if you only play the game once, $30 for 10 hours of single player action isn't a bad deal. But if you replay it at all, like I intend to do, well then you're really getting your money's worth. So I go back to what I said at the start, unfinished business is game changing. Yeah, sure, you can be like, it's just more of the same, which is true. If you enjoyed Rogue City, you're gonna enjoy this. But what is here is rather good. It also shows you that Teon and their work with Robocop and legacy games have a lot of legs to them. So what do I mean by that? Some say they had a misstep with their Rambo game, but then with Terminator, when that came out, fans really enjoyed that one. And then Rogue City came out, and it was a similar situation again. Plus, in this instance of unfinished business, you are taking the core gameplay and systems that worked in Rogue City, and now you're adapting them to a linear adventure, where Rogue City was more of this open, hub-like, city-like sections to it too. So having this more direct experience, one shows that Teon can then deliver on something so narrowly focused and do it well. It also shows that Robocop gameplay can continue to be really enjoyable in a new format. Again, it shows that maybe Teon should continue on evolving the Robocop gameplay. Maybe they do a full-on sequel to Rogue City and see how they can tweak and improve it. Or maybe they make another standalone expansion as they work on their next big thing. It's game-changing because it manages to provide that sought-after value from many players, provide a fair price point for very good quality. On top of that, then honoring and furthering an icon, showing that these developers care and can make something special for this property. Yes, it's game-changing, and yes, it's very fun. Go play these Robocop games. What are your thoughts on all of this? Have you played either of the Rogue City games? What do you think of the new one? Let me know all of this in the comments down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you can help to keep this channel going strong, and this allows me to be able to do more for my awesome audience. Please check out the links in the description and pinned comment for ways to support the channel. And most of all, thank you very much for watching.